So it is safe to assume that this gentleman, Dan Ashworth, will be our sporting director. Now, when are we going to expect this to happen? Well, according to reports here, this is from the Mail Sports, Simon Jones is reporting that Manchester United and Newcastle are expected to reach an agreement over Dan Ashworth by early next week. So basically, the way Newcastle, they are trying to approach this situation is to come to a conclusion as soon as possible. That way they can get a replacement for him and we can move on with bringing him on board, right? I'm seeing report also that if we want, to get him quicker, we may need to cough up at least 10 million to Newcastle, like a compensation, because obviously we're taking their man. Now, Dan Ashworth has already told them that, look, he's willing to move, he's ready to move, he wants to move to a bigger project at Manchester United. Now, you may ask, why was he leaving one of the richest clubs in the world in Newcastle? Basically, according to some reports, is when he was brought in, he was offered, basically sold that, hey, you're going to have a huge input in, in your position director, but it looks like that did not really happen. And when he was presented with this alternative by Sir Jim and Ineos, and knowing that coming on board at Manchester United, Ineos promised him that he's going to have, he's going to be in charge of the setting up the recruitment team. Basically, he's going to call the shots, a lot of the shots when it comes to bringing in new talent, which that is what he wants. And of course, they're going to give him more money. That's a given. So with Ineos, what were their top two to-do list when they come on board? Is this number one is recruitment is the number one priority. That is why they're bringing in the best of the best in Dan Ashworth. And secondary is rebuilding of the stadium. They want to find a better balance to recruitment than what has been achieved over the past, and has identified that Ashworth as the ideal lead to the new recruitment team. Guys, this is fantastic. When Sir Jim and Ineos came on board, they said, look, we want to get best in class. So far, it looks like they are doing what they said they're gonna do. May this continue, because they started with Omar Barada. We, went into Manchester City and told him, look, you need to come over here. He agreed, we got it. Now we're gonna go to Newcastle and say, hey, dude, we want you over here. And again, he looks like he's gonna come on board. So listen, Sir Jim, Ineos, they are doing something different here. Something that we never used to see before, because the Glazers, first of all, they never showed up. But these guys are always there, available. They're showing their faces, and they're putting the money where the mouth is, because they're trying to prove a point that, look, they're here to get us back to where we need to be. This is good to see.